Greetings, salutations, welcome to TFI for a video of waffle. Look, this video's taken on a number of different agendas as I've been thinking about how to deliver it. It was originally going to be a message, like an announcement to my audience to talk about a transition that the channel's going through. But I ended up talking mostly about why I don't do software videos anymore. So I thought, instead of just making it all about me, I'll make the title and the main bulk of this video about why I don't do software videos and give it a sort of an advice slant. So if anyone is thinking about doing their own software tutorials, I've got 7 years of history on YouTube of doing software tutorials and about 500 videos of analytics to look back on and ponder over. So yeah, I've got a lot to say on that and how it all works or doesn't work. So I've got a lot of advice to give on that and a lot of observations to make. So yeah, if you by the way, before I get into this, right, if you are looking at this video and you're like, mate, can you just get to the point already? You've said this video is about advice. Can you just get to the advice now? This video is too long. Timestamps, please. If that's you and you're thinking about getting into software tutorials, don't. That mindset's not compatible with software tutorials. It's the plague of software tutorials. There's nothing worse than wanting to share your experience and your knowledge and having someone on the other end go, "This is too long, get to the point." It's like, you can't condense experience, mate. You either want to learn or you don't. We're talking about, in some cases, high-end, professional software here. You can't just shorten it down into 2 minutes. Do you want to learn or not? If you do, shut the hell up and listen or do something else. I don't know. But anyway, so for my existing audience, yeah, look, the channel is going through a transition at the moment. I used to do software tutorials, tips and tricks. That's how this channel started. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone to know, to hear that I'm not doing them anymore. Hopefully that's not a surprise. They're not been around for a couple of years, but I kind of wanted to talk about why that's the case. But the main reason I'm doing this is that I want to formalize that. I want to draw a line in the sand, and it's kind of more for my own benefit, really. I still feel like I'm labeled with that tag, and I want to detach myself and disassociate myself from the whole tips and tricks and CAD tutorial label. And I want to use this video as an opportunity to do that. I've briefly kind of casually mentioned that I don't do them anymore in previous videos, but this is me saying, look, it's over, it's done. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to have to probably hide or unlist all my tutorial videos from the channel. Sorry if that's upsetting you. If you still use them, if you still watch them, they're going to have to go. They're damaging to my channel's appearance. It's its perception, what it is, what kind of channel it is. It doesn't have an identity. The new stuff that I'm doing now doesn't conform to what the channel's done in the past. So anyone looking at my channel and trying to figure out what is its identity, it's not good to have that mixture of stuff. And I'm still getting people coming to my channel, finding those CAD videos and then assuming I'm still doing it. And then they're trying to engage with me on that content, which I'm not doing, So, yeah, I need to do that. So this video, again, is just to let you know that if you see those videos vanish, then that's why. I can't move them to another channel. That's not possible. YouTube does not have bulk move tools to do that. I don't want to use third-party tools because they're all sketchy as hell. So, yeah, either way, look, I'm going to do it either way. I'm not interested in debating it either. Look, I'm not still wanting to do tips and tricks and tutorials, and I'm just looking for another way to do it. I'm not interested in that anymore. I personally feel like I've contributed enough already to that. The videos have been out there for a long time. I've done my bit. I'm now moving on. And most of my videos are kind of obsolete now. A lot of them are very old. So I'm hitting a big reset button on my channel. I started last week. I shut down my Patreon and I shut down my YouTube join membership scheme. And I did that because my channel currently is not really, it's struggling to find a direction. I'm not creating a lot of content. I'm struggling to steer it in the right direction. So whilst I kind of get a grip and I figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing, and I get the channel's identity sorted out, it didn't sit right with me kind of taking money and donations off people. So I shut those down whilst I figure all that out. I probably won't reopen them, but I shut those down last week, which was a huge move for me. They've been open, well, the Patreon was open for years, and it was the biggest source of income for the channel. And I now get $200 a month ad revenue on YouTube after 7 years of hard work. Really paying off there, Neil. That's what education videos does for you, There's no money in it at all. So, so that's what's changing on my channel. Moving forward, anybody in my audience who is still around from the original Inventor tips and tricks days, look, if you're not interested in the new stuff that I'm going to be doing, that's okay. I'm still going to be here. If you're not interested in it, then we'll have to part ways. But I don't think there is many people left. I did an experiment about 6 months ago when I did the last Infusion CAD challenge. It was only watched by 4,000 people in the last 6 months. That's not good. And that kind of showed me that there's not many people still interested in it. I started the join thing where I said, look, I'm going to stop doing the tips and tricks again. And they're on a $4.99 a month thing. And nobody engaged with that. There was just no interest in it. Nobody saw the value in them. So, and like I said, I'm not interested in doing it in another way, finding another way. I'm just not interested. So that's that. Okay. Moving forward, my channel is going to be focused around my new benchmark app that's coming out. And if you're listening to this and going, I'm not interested in that, man. I want to hear about tube and pipe and welds and sheet metal and stuff. It's fine, tough. I'm not doing it. It's over. Opening up software and telling you how it works, over. That's done. I'm not doing it anymore. It's served the purpose for me. It's got me a great reputation in the space, but beyond that, nothing really tangible comes of that. You can't monetize that. You can't. And this far down the line, when you're 7 years into it, you start having to decide whether the output is actually reflective of the input. Is this a good use of my time anymore, just to have a little, your ego massaged because people know who you are from, the other side of the world and that kind of stuff. And frankly, it's not. So, my benchmark app's coming out. That'll sculpt the direction of the channel moving forward. I've got a couple of relationships built with some brands who are sending over some units that I'm going to put through their paces on the channel. And that's going to be the direction that I'm going down. Technology for professionals. So with an Autodesk slant, because that's my skill set. I'm still going to be leveraging my skill set. Visualization, VRED, leveraging hardware around that, how it fits in with that, virtual reality. But opening up software, tips and tricks, no more. Sorry. Okay, so why does it not work? Why did I stop it? Advice for anyone who's wanting to get into it, right? So if you're wanting to do it, if you're wanting to do this yourself, if you're wanting to get into software tips and tricks yourself, you're thinking about spinning up your own channel and starting, sure, do it. Do it. It's easy. You can make a video in 5 minutes. What I would say though is only do it if you intend for it to only ever be a passion project / hobby and you only want to help people. But if you've got pure intentions of the purest kind of only wanting to help people, sure, go for it. If you've got a secondary motive there in that you want or hope that your videos will eventually make you a superstar and you'll get noticed and you might get some viral videos and you'll get, this subscriber boom and you'll find your brands are going to come and get in touch with you and start offering you free stuff and all the stuff that happens to regular YouTube channels. Don't do it. It's not going to happen. Software videos on YouTube are not compatible. They don't work. And the typical audience that goes looking for software videos on YouTube are not compatible with YouTube's business model. They're not compatible with the whole workflow, the whole ethos, the whole mentality that drives YouTube. That person who looks for software videos does not conform to that. And your channel will not work if you just do software tips and tricks. If you feel like you're okay with just releasing a few videos here and there, and if you get some comments off some people and you hear that you've helped them, and that's good enough for you because you feel like you've engaged with the person, you've helped that one person, if that's enough for you, do it. That's quite rewarding. That's really rewarding. And if that's enough to sustain you, then do it. But beyond that, what tends to happen is you start doing this, day one, you're making videos that are 5 minutes long. You're not putting much effort into them because you don't have to. You spend 5 minutes making a video, all the ums and the ers and the mistakes and the clicks that you shouldn't have clicked and the dialog boxes that you accidentally brought up are still in there. And you just, I shouldn't have put a click. Ignore that, guys, right? Instead of clicking that, I should have clicked this. And blah. All that's in the video. You whack it up on YouTube. You don't care. Bad audio. Probably using Camtasia to record your software. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Fast forward 2 years. Once you start to get maybe a few thousand subscribers, if you're lucky, you start to hear that people from the software application who work at the software application that you specialize in maybe are starting to watch your videos a bit. Your channel's not paying you any money. It's not actually, you're not monetizing it in any way, but you're starting to get a bit of a reputation and you're starting to feel good about that. Suddenly, these 5-minute videos start to take you a bit longer to make because there's a bit more of expectations placed upon you. So those ums and the ers, you start, it doesn't sound very good. Actually, it doesn't. No, I'm going to have to, I'll edit those out. I'll chop those out. I can't do that in Camtasia. I'm going to have to bring in Premiere Pro. So you've got to now pay for a Premiere Pro subscription. I shouldn't have said that. Actually, I'm not sure. That thing that I said there, I'm not sure if I said that. I'm not sure if that's right. So I'll put a caption, a bit of text over it, just to correct it, just in case. Actually, no, I need to put a picture of something here just to emphasize a point. So I'll go to Google Images and download that image and put it in here and edit across the time. All of a sudden, a 5-minute video takes you 3 hours to edit when you're 3 years down the line. And the more videos you make, the more 3 to 4 to 5 hour time slots of your life start to get consumed, and you've still got a day job. And all of a sudden, this starts to take over your life. It really does. It will happen. I guarantee it if you get to that point. And that's the point where you start to think to yourself, hang on a minute, this has taken over my life. What am I getting out of it? Where's the reward here? What's in it for me? Sure, I'm helping a few people. I'm getting some thanks from people I don't know, but what's in it for me? I'm now beginning to lose my life here. What's in it for me? And then you start to think of different ways you can kind of tweak things and adjust it to try and accelerate things and diversify a little bit. Okay, well, maybe I can try this, try that, and that's when you start to lose your way and you start to lose your identity a bit. And it'll happen to everybody. I guarantee it, absolutely guarantee it. But rewinding back a bit, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't this all work? Why don't software videos on YouTube turn into viral videos, and why don't they gain huge subscriber bases? Well, there's a few reasons. There's a lot of reasons actually. There's so many forces fighting against you when you are on YouTube doing these software videos. First of all, YouTube expects its creators to release a video. It expects the audience to watch the video straight away, expects human reactions, thumbs up, thumbs down. It expects comments. It expects the views to go up straight away, tail off. The next video to come out, views up, views down, all that kind of stuff. That does not happen with software tutorials. The typical person on YouTube looking for a software video is somebody who's doing a job. They're stuck. They're sick of their life. They're frustrated. They just want to go online to a free encyclopedia of help that didn't exist 20 years ago because they would have had to pay for help 20 years ago. So they just go to YouTube. They do a search for some help. How to edit the green screen in Premiere Pro, for example. They get a big list of results. They look for the shortest video possible because they just want the job finished quick. So they look for the shortest video possible. Then they look for the one with the best thumbnail. They're essentially looking for the video where it looks like the creators worked the hardest for them to make their life more convenient. It's crazy. So they click the video. You jump onto their screens like, yes, I made it. I've got your attention. Hey, thanks for clicking my channel. Oh, thank you so much for clicking this video. I really do appreciate it. So welcome to the channel. This channel is all about this, that my name's, I don't care. What? I don't think you, my name's Neil. So this channel is all, I don't care. I'm not interested in you. Can we just skip forward to the bit where you tell me how to edit out this green screen? I'll be on my way. You can crack on with doing whatever you did, Niall, and then we can just hop on and carry on with our lives. But I've just made this, I've got my experiences in this video. I've just made this video to help you. There's other things in here you might want to know about. Do you not want to watch the whole, no? I don't want to watch the whole video. Can we just skip to the bit where I need some help, please? Stop waffling, get to the point, and then can you just turn the music down in the background as well while you're at it? Fix your audio, fix the camera, and can we just get on with it? That's typically the YouTube software viewer. So they'll hop on after they've solved the problem. They won't remember you. They won't remember your channel name. They won't remember the video title, and they'll be off. You'll get the click, you'll get a 1 increase in your view count, but that means nothing. It means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. You can't do anything with that. That person didn't subscribe, and if anything, they're damaging for your channel's statistics, because you might have had a 10-minute video there, but that person maybe only watched 45 seconds of your video. And in YouTube world, that looks bad. In YouTube's eyes, that means your video is potentially bad. Someone tried to watch it and they couldn't. They only watched a fraction of it. So there's that. And that makes up the majority of people. I've got that littered across all of my videos. I started to see that trend across all of them. I've got extraordinarily good tutorials on my channel, like high quality, very, very good tutorials. Overwhelming thumbs up on them. I know I don't need to be modest about it. I am one of the best in the world at what I do. So I've got 20 years of experience in this one application. I plow it into this video to teach people how to get going with it in less than an hour. So I'm condensing a 4-day training course, or bits of a 4-day training course, into an hour video. That has an average view time of about 8 minutes, because people are just skipping through it, maybe watch one section of it if they can be bothered, and then that's it, and you just think, what's the point? What's the point? And I see that across every video that I've done. So occasionally you might get a unicorn who does stop and subscribe, and this is the only way really your channel can grow, is when people subscribe. But they're rare, and when I say rare, I mean rare. If you're still watching this, by the way, and you are one of those people who did stop and subscribe to my channel off of the back of one of my tutorials, you are such a unicorn, you probably don't realize. Give you a good example. Another tutorial that I've done is how to do frame generator in Autodesk Inventor. In the last 90 days, from today back 90 days, that video has had 13,500 views. Do you know how many people out of those 13,500 people who jumped across, skipped the bit that they needed and then hopped off, stopped and subscribed? No. 73 people out of 13,500 stopped and subscribed. You can't grow a channel on that. You really can't grow a channel on that. And that's what you're fighting with. That video is one of the most popular videos that I've done. The majority of my other videos get a fraction of what that video does. So we're talking like a trickle of 1 subscriber here, 1 subscriber there. You could be plowing away at this kind of a gig for years and your channel just will not grow. That is where the stagnation is. So it's these big videos that you just might get that have, and that's a big number for my channel, 60 or to 73 subscribers out of 13,500. That's one of the big stats from my CAD videos. It's, and then you've got other things fighting against you, in that those 63 subscribers to my channel aren't the subscribers that YouTube wants. Remember before I said how people release videos, subscribers watch them, thumbs up, thumbs down, and then it ups, down. Creator releases a video, subscribers watch the video straight away. Blah, blah. They don't do that for the most part because these are work videos. It's not entertainment. What people do when they stop and subscribe to the channel, they go, ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what that noise is. Ooh, this guy's good. He explained this very well. I want to hear more about what this guy does when I've got time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click subscribe. But what I really mean is I'm bookmarking his channel, and then I'm going to come back to it in 6 months to see what he's been up to. Maybe then I'll go back through his back catalogue. I don't have time to do it now. I'm working. I'm in the middle of work. I'll subscribe. Don't have time to look through his back catalogue, but I'll do it some point soon. And then you can release video a day. Every day you could release a video, and none of these subscribers will watch them. They'll not click them when they come out because they've bookmarked your channel, and they'll possibly, maybe, who knows, watch them in the future. That does not conform to YouTube's model. If they do watch them in the future, it goes against everything that YouTube stands for, really. Those people may watch a video in 3 months' time, and that's the first time they watched it, and then they'll think it's brand new, and they'll ask you questions in the comments. To you as the creator, that video is history. It's history the day after you made it. But they're writing comments and questions on it, like asking you, so Neil, so how did you do this? So can you tell me about it? I'm never going to see that comment. That video is history. So, yeah, those are the golden unicorns. That's not a thing, but the people that actually do subscribe to your channel and then will watch your videos as and when they're released. But you're talking a fraction of that 73. So I've seen this in so many other channels. It's not me. Trust me, this is not me kind of looking at my own stats and thinking I'm the norm. But I'm not. This is the norm. For example, the Adobe Creative Cloud channel, they have nearly 1 million subscribers. Their videos get around 1,500 to 2,000 views out of 1 million subscribers, 960,000, which is as close as, damn it, to 1 million. 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. Why? Because the majority of those 1 million people just bookmarked the channel and thought, this is work. I ain't watching these. They're releasing a video almost every flipping half day. I ain't watching this stuff when it releases. I'll come back to it. Maybe there'll be something I can pick out there that I'll be interested in. The Autodesk main channel, they have 400,000 subscribers. They're lucky to get a few hundred views per video. Okay, so those are corporate channels. If you go to any other independent channel, I went to YouTube and I've done my research. I searched for AutoCAD tutorials, SolidWorks tutorials, Photoshop tutorials. I clicked every single channel that was at the top of the list, looked for every single one who only specialized in software tutorials. They all suffered the same fate as me. They all had high subscribers, tiny video views, because their subscribers do not watch their videos. But there's also other forces playing against them. For example, a Photoshop channel or an AutoCAD channel or a SolidWorks channel might have 250,000 subscribers. They might only get 2,000 views per video. Why? Well, out of those 250,000 subscribers, think of how many reasons there are why somebody might need SolidWorks help at some point in their life, but now they don't. Could retire. They could graduate. They could be a student, graduate, go into employment. They don't use SolidWorks. They could be, in employment, change jobs, get a new job somewhere else that doesn't use SolidWorks. They could be in a job, get promoted into management, don't need that job anymore. They could get made redundant. They could just exceed what you've got to offer. They could just go through your channel, learn what they need to learn. Suddenly they're pretty good. They feel they don't need to learn anymore, so they stop watching. It's not sustainable. That's the point here, So if going back to the very start, if you are looking to do this as just a passion project to help people because you want to feel good about engaging with people and just helping them and leaving it at that, 5 minutes per video, throw it out there, that's your whack. No robbery, fine. But if you're wanting to go all in to the point where 3 years later, you're investing a lot of time into this, you've got fancy graphics, you've got fancy thumbnails, and you're expecting an audience to collaborate with you, and you've got this thing going on like you see your favorite YouTubers, it's not going to happen. I'm afraid it's not going to happen. And You might be able to diversify. It depends what industry you're in. You might be able to mix other things in, like a Peter McKinnon who does camera photography stuff and then Photoshop tutorials, but you need to be pretty mainstream for that to appeal. I can't do that. I can't do workstations and 3D CAD tutorials on the same channel. It didn't work. It just wasn't something that panned out. So that's it. That's why I stopped. And that's the word of caution that I'll give to most people who are thinking about doing this. It's very rewarding in the early days if you can just keep a lid on your enthusiasm and don't get carried away. Don't put too much into it and get too high of expectations out of YouTube. It's very easy to get carried away with what YouTube could do for you if that's all you're doing, just software tutorials. But like I said, the business model is not compatible with the person who's out there looking for them. So, and that's not the viewer's fault, to be honest. We've all done it. We've all been out there looking for videos and we've just skipped to the bit we want. We've all done it. It's not their fault. It's just, that's just the way it is, So, all right, that'll do. So anyone watching this who's a subscriber to my channel, that's why I stopped them. I'm not particularly interested in carrying on with them, if I'm honest. I'm done. That part of my life's done. So moving forward, my channel will be other things. It's evolved. I may need a channel rename to disassociate myself with that. But yeah, I do have that back catalogue that I need to address. And it's just one of those things, I'm not sad. I'm not devastated. It's, just closing the book on a chapter that's kind of come and gone, So yeah, there you go. Story time with Neil. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of what I could potentially do. I just need to get the channel's identity fixed and locked in, and then focus on it from there. But thanks to everyone who was Patreon subbed up and joined on the channel. I do super appreciate all the support everyone's given me so far. I just apologize that I've never really had anything sort of locked in. I've struggled with the identity of the channel. I've always wanted to try and appease that older audience of Inventor tips and tricks subscribers whilst keeping it relevant to what I'm interested in and trying to do new things, but still trying to appease that old crowd. And this is the point now where I'm making the decision that that doesn't work. I have to break free from that old stuff and do what I want to do. So I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. I'm not fishing for compliments. All the comments, my videos used to help you guys and, they've helped you in the past. That's super great. Those days are gone now. I can't keep milking that. Those were the old days. So, on to pastures new. So thank you very much. I've got some things that I'm currently working on. I'm excited to get those up and running. If you want to stick with me on the journey of the new things that I'm getting into, by all means. If this sounds like something that you're not interested in coming along with me in, then fine. Okay, cool. I'll see you later. But thanks. I'll see you in the next one. Doodles.